Assalamualaikum and a very good day to whoever's tuning in. This presentation is on female representation in executive leadership, and it takes the media article on Germany's recent approval of the gender quota in executive leadership. So, this presentation is for social legal of sustainability science. We'll introduce a background on Germany's stand on the issue and a summary of the article, as well as some social legal aspect commentary on the content, and have a few words of conclusion. So, Germany as a country has long been seen as a forward thinking nation in terms of its sustainable development strategy, and I mean, they're one of the first few nations who already developed a sustainable development strategy, probably earlier than other European nations, and they focus on a wide variety of issues. However, in this regard, in gender inequality or gender equality, if you want to mention it that way, they've been quite lagging behind in appointing um, female leadership in senior management as well as boards of director. So this particular media article that I selected have reported that they recently approved the gender quota bill for company boards. So it's quite a big deal based on what I've heard from my German friends. So this definitely directly contributes to the gender equality, sustainable development goal. So, as a background, companies in Germany have failed to voluntarily close the gender gap in recent years, and as a whole, their representation of female in top management is only about 16% compared to the US and the EU average of 26%, 23% respectively. So they're quite lagging behind. So with this policy implementation, they are urging or they're putting a policy that listed companies with four executives or more must appoint at least one woman to their boards. And this law will send a strong signal to take advantage of highly qualified women that are available in the workforce. And for companies that are government linked or have government as a majority shareholder, they will have a stricter rule on this and they'll probably be monitored more rigorously. And this is a positive step, obviously, to ensure the equal rights for all men and women in Germany that is aligned with their the basis and the preface of their sustainable development strategies. So this is probably going to be a walk the talk kind of situation, and hopefully this will be implemented more aggressively. And it's a call for Germany to progress in gender equality as they have been recognizably lagging behind. So, from a social legal perspective, I mean, gender inequality is obviously an issue that um, plagues society, and it's a very human-centric issue. So, for a long time, that females are not, not seen as natural leaders because they're more nurturing, they're more emotional. That's the myth, but um, also in recent years, there are more and more emerging leaders, and for a country like Germany, who has had a chancellor, who has had a chancellor, a female chancellor for the past like 15 years, it's still surprising that they have not been on board rather aggressively. And the Universal Declaration of Human Rights really calls for fair treatment of all human beings, which includes men and women. And if there's any arguments against why this bill is required, hopefully the new wave feminism will help to bring awareness. From an external view, I mean, this is, as mentioned, is a highly stigmatized topic. So, in this case, an external social legal perspective must be balanced with internal. But to make steps forward in lawmaking, external view is preferred to achieve the goals more efficiently and aggressively, as probably internal views and internal development will take more time. And from a top down versus bottoms up perspective, again, a highly debated, fragile, and controversial societal issue such as gender inequality requires top down social legal decision making, and that is preferred to enforce. And then, later on, you are expected to grow from within the acceptance of um, gender equality. Social legal approaches, as a conclusion, of course, they play a big role, an important role in highly human issues such as female representation. And a lot of countries are still lagging behind, Germany not excluded, despite being quite a developed country. Um, Nations have to take this journey to achieve the SDGs, not only the SDG 5, but also to empower female contribution towards all the other SDGs that women obviously play, and can maximize their potential in contributing towards the SDGs. So, uh, female representation in executive leadership is a big step, and hopefully, it doesn't stop there at the corporate or at the top management perspective or angle. And females should be more empowered at all levels of socio-economic conditions. Thank you very much.